Hey, Magic friends, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclyde's MTG, and you're looking at here first promo, what we got going on. So I have a stray box of Double Masters that just kind of been hanging out in the corner of the office here for a while. So I'll tell you what, I think I need to open this. With that said, I honestly don't need the cards in it. So yes, I know normally I would open the box, I'd sell stuff online, but here's what I want to do. I want to give a chance for my patrons out there who actually haven't or would like to have a box of Double Masters opened on the channel a chance to do that. So, with that said, I'd like to put this out there for you guys to start with. This is your chance to get a box of Double Masters opened on my channel for the low price of, hang on, let me check. Okay, guys, I'm back. I went and I checked the internet. Looks like the going price for Double Masters right now is $500 a box. Wow. So, with that said, I'll tell you what. In the description, you're going to see a link to my eBay store along with an email for my store. So, hit me up in an email. Let's see if we can make a deal. Going price is $500, and I will include shipping in that. I'll open it on the channel, so not only will you know that you're going to get the right kind of box, but you'll see it opened on the channel live for everybody, so there's no doubt of everything that you should get in the box when the packs are opened. I'll make sure that I pack them nice and fresh. I'll even include a nice little box with it. Um, and send it out to you uh, with tracking. Uh, so you guys let me know how you feel about it, what's your ideas, and remember, feel free to like, subscribe, put some stuff down in the comment section of what you think. I'll try to get some more boxes like this I find laying around I'm willing to separate with, to open some boxes on the channel for everybody, because I know people really like watching some box openings. And maybe it's time I start digging into some of the older stuff I've got. So that you guys can have some fun and get the cards that you want all at the same time. So, with that said, without further ado, let's talk about the real reason that we're here, and that is Innistrad Midnight Hunt. So, the reason for this video is I really wanted to touch base on the price and value of the set before, during, and after my box opening series, and just how the set has progressed money-wise over the course of it being released, because it's really, really interesting, and I think it leaves something to be said about certain situations and how they affect others. So with that said, the one thing I'm going to use to actually take a look at is I'm going to use Goldfish to check their pricing website for the tabletop version. This is how much the price set was expected to go for. So you can see here, as it was going, your comment's going to be right up here in the corner as I cursor over here. So as it first started coming out in August, they were estimating about $100 a set, $100 for the whole set. And a lot of this, guys, remember, this is like, Modern Horizons has come out. D&D just came out, didn't do as good, mainly because of Modern Horizons 2. Modern Horizons 2 really set the bar way high, but it wasn't a standard set. And I don't think people really got that. It wasn't meant for standard, so the price of the cards are going to be higher, and the cards are going to be more powerful. So you can't compare them to other sets that go into standard. Now, with that said, it went going, it was going, it was going. So here in September, there is a big jump as the set price tripled almost. And people started realizing, wow, this is actually worth some money. And then it dropped again, and then it went way back up. As you can see here, almost up to $704 at its height for a play set of Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Now, obviously, it came back down because that's really high. And that's what happens here when people start cracking packs, right? So, we started opening boosters around this time frame, give or take, um, right along in here, because the values of the cards, as you've seen, weren't very high. And then we started opening again over here, and it started dipping down, and it went back down to here, but now it's 325 for the whole set, got up to 390 again. It's starting to level out. It came back down a little bit. Then we started playing some more Paper Magic, and you can see it's starting to level off right around the 340 to 320 range for the whole playset, which is incredible. So what I've noticed and what I've got here, guys, is to do a quick recap of every box opening I just did for this set is kind of interesting. Because my first set of boxes, and as you know, during the box opening series, I talked about how disappointed I was in the card values because they weren't very good. They actually were very bad. Um, and because of that, my first set of box opening, the average price was, right around $90 a box for set boosters, which was really bad. My second box opening ended up being around 112, which was a lot better. And my third box opening was 119. So you can see now I opened one box a day over the course of time. You can see how this actually happened and the price of the cards started going up and stabilizing at a higher rate because cards that were really cheap got really expensive quick. And let me give you guys some examples here. And the best ones you can look at are some of these right up here in the front. A lot of these adversaries weren't as expensive as they are now. Like for example, when I first started opening, guys, this card here was going for like $4. Let's see if I click on it if it'll give me a price history real quick. Yeah, so look at this price history, guys. Uh, as you can see, like in this price history, excuse me, as you go through, it starts high, it drops down in the $4 range, and this is when I started doing my box opening series. But now the set's out, the card's proven to be good. The card's actually up to a very high level. So now obviously it's a lot higher than it's not as high as it's projecting right here. Um, but the highest it's sold for is 17. Right now, this thing's going for about 9. As you can see up here, $9. Uh, but like I said, remember guys, when I first started opening these in the adversaries are only going for like $4 to $5. So this is doubled in value, meaning if I went back and probably, if I had the cards to actually redo the box opening series and relook at those cards, I'm almost positive my box opening series would actually be 20, 30, maybe even $40 higher than it was to start with because of this. So another good example of this, let me try to go back here one last time. So if we look at Meat Hook Massacre, it's $40, guys. Uh, if you go down here and you take a look at it, there was times that Meat Hook Massacre was $5 to $12. Like it was really low. You know, um, so the highest price for it for the buy list was 17. The lowest price was 489. So like this price history is just crazy right here. I mean, it's really just nuts. And these are buy list prices, guys. Like this is just crazy how this buy list price has changed from $4 to 17. So this card has really came up as it's actually become. Oops, sorry, I didn't click on the right ones. So here you can see it was like $16, and now it's up around the $40 range. So sorry guys, forgot to put it on tabletop. My bad. But you can see the lowest was 15. Now it's 47, give or take. It's actually 40 now. Um, but still, like that kind of price increase is insane. That normally doesn't happen during the release of a set. So as an example, let's skew back again since it keeps resetting everything. Um, and for example, let's go to Tainted Adversary. This is a real good one. So I'll click it. I'll click the right number this time. You'll notice here it started off at like $29 and then just plummeted to to like what it says here is like it says $10, but then it kept going down to the low point of like $6, which was about the time I was doing my box opening series. But now it's climbed up to 10. It's gained $2 because it's become very usable. Another one, Unnatural Growth. I think this is actually seeing a big pickup. You can see here it started out real high and it went down to around 6. It's come back up a few bucks. See if I can think of any others. The Regent really has just dropped in price. I think Memory Deluge might have been one of them that was, yeah. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, look at this. So when this first came out, everybody, $3, everybody didn't know too much about it. They didn't think it was going to be a good card. Even dipped down in the $2 range, 199. But now here lately, everybody's seeing the card in action. and now it's back up to the four, to five, almost $6 range. So it's went from $2 from when I was opening it right around this timeline, $2 to $3, all the way up to three times that amount, which is incredible. So I find it really weird that this set as a whole started out a little high and then basically just plummeted once people saw what the cards are that were in them, right? And then it started to actually gain more value. It got better. Um, it's really, really interesting. I haven't checked Ren 7. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, so Ren 7 pretty much just went from up to down. But that's what you get when you have a high-powered Planeswalker everybody's specking on. So that's kind of to be expected as a mythic per se. Um, but yeah, so like all these cards in here, I think this was a good example. This is starting to see a whole lot of standard play. Um, you can see here at one point the high was $30 when it first came out, but now people are just playing it for around 7 to 8. So actually there wasn't a whole lot of change with this one. But anyway, over the course of time, as I've said before, you can kind of see how this set really actually gained ground over the long runs because it's at 320 and it started out around 130. And I think it's really neat to understand why that's happened. And a lot of that, I really do believe, guys, is Modern Horizons came out. It was a great set. It was very powerful, lots of money. After that, we had Dungeons and Dragons, which I still think is a great set and has lots of value. I think it's phenomenal. But because it was not a Modern Horizons 2 set, obviously, or even anything supposed to be like it, people really got upset with that. And then, Keldheim was really overshadowed by, Pharaohs and the other sets that just rotated out. It never got its time to shine. So now I think that set's starting to come out into light and gain some value. And so when Innistrad Midnight Hunt came out, not only are people upset because the card value per se versus the card utility, let's say, because of how good the cards are, were what they thought were bad. Compared to Modern Horizons 2, yes, they're not good, but compared to a standard format, they're very powerful, and some cards are just amazing. Like, for example, Meathook Massacre that nobody really got onto to begin with. Um, the value has went back up, and people have actually finally got that troll memory of old prices and old cards out of their mindset to realize what it means to be a standard card again, which is had the set readjust a lot of its prices about what should be good and what actually is good. So, with that said, guys, I kind of hope you liked the video. I hope you appreciate it. I just really thought we needed to touch base on this because it's a really interesting look at how the market can get it wrong. And depending on when you do your box opening, how something that's bad can be good. For example, a lot of the cards that are now worth money, I haven't listed on eBay because I wasn't going to list them for $1 or $2 because I know they're worth more than that because I've played Standard for a long time, played Magic for a long time, and I know when good cards are undervalued only because nobody's playing with them and nobody realizes it yet. So, with that said, always keep an eye. In the description is linked to the eBay page. You never know. There might be a weekend somewhere in there. I might post a whole bunch of cards. I'll try to give you guys a warning when I do it once I think their value gets back up to where it needs to be. So until then, I'll post the cards I think are valuable and are worth the money that they're currently at. Try to get rid of them so I can buy some more boxes. Uh, this is just a real neat thing about how normally cards start high and then they just dip. They don't normally come back up in a standard format like this one did, which is really odd. And I think it means a lot to the whole thing about FOMO and people just being like, well, this is just going to be awful, so I don't want it. And then they find out, oh, I missed out. Now I need it. And there you have it, guys. It's a really interesting look at the Magic marketplace as a whole from supply, demand, and what's actually usable. And also, too, I think the fact that paper Magic starting back up and having real tournaments again has really pushed this and older sets that are still standard legal, push those card values back up because now people need them. So they need to buy them, which means now worth money. It's not a arena world like it has been for the last 2 year and a half or whatever because of co stuff. Don't want to say that name, get my thing flagged. But anyway, Thanks a lot for the time and the video. Hit me up at an email if you're interested in the Double Master box opening. And as always, guys, until next time, remember to be kind, and I hope to see you across from the game table.